I want y'all to take from this video is to embrace your own standards. Don't let anyone else's opinion alter your personal standards.
All right, guys. Thanks for holding and thanks for coming back. So, I was going down the YouTube rabbit hole, and I was just like, hey, the videos, like just watching some old videos, and I will admit I'm a fan of TYT, and I'm gonna do the usual thing of I don't believe in everything they believe in, and there are some points that I don't actually get, or I don't, not that I don't get, but I don't agree with, and you know, they're great because they've actually led some progressive movements, but some of their takes and some of their business practices I have a problem with. But some of their old content is just fucking fun. Now, I don't know if you guys heard, it was a few years back. There was this pastor in New York, and it's apt because I was just playing the Miles Morales game. But his name was Pastor Manning. And what kind of triggered me, thinking about this video is I almost called him Cuckle Carlson. Well, he is a cuck for, billionaires, but that's a different story. Tucker Carlson recently said that the liberals are going to make you drink Starbucks coffee. And when I heard that shit, I thought, where have I heard that before? So, let's listen to Pastor Manning on his interview with TYT. I can't even keep a straight face. Let's listen to this shit. Oh God, let's listen to this shit. Take it away.
Fascinating interview for you guys. We're doing a rare double host here with Anna and I, because the gentleman we're about to interview has addressed both of us. It's Pastor James David Manning. He is a chief pastor at Atla World Missionary Church. He's a bit of a character. He was born in segregated Red Springs, North Carolina.
They get
gentrification in Harlem. These all sound like good causes. He believes Harlem is all the land anointed holy, and that's what his church is named after. Now then you get into questionable things such as calling Barack Obama Satan and comparing him to Hitler. Let alone the fact that he believes that Starbucks might have put gay semen in your coffee to make it taste better, by the way.
Now, mind you just heard that shit. He literally says, and Pastor Manning is going to explain that Starbucks put semen in coffee to make the shit better. I'm not bullshitting. This is some shit that he actually believes. But, whoa there. Slow down, buddy. Let's hear him out.
To be fair to Starbucks. So, Pastor Manning, great to have you on the Young Turks. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fine, Jake.
Now, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Have you seen Vampire in Brooklyn? Let's try to pull this shit up. If I can type right. There we go. Images. Now. Where's the pastor? Like, these are some great pictures. Where's the pastor? Let's just type in pastor. Preacher. Fuck. This is back when Eddie Murphy was doing like dress up like there it goes. He was doing like dress up in different characters and they were actually good. Wow. Now, minus the mustache, he's just a sweaty motherfucker. Like, this is what I think of when I think of Pastor Manning. This sweaty motherfucker right here. But let's let him talk. Just glistening.
I was born on a plantation in North Carolina. You can say rural South, and I appreciate that. You're giving people that historical bio on me. But yeah, I come up out of the plantation mentality there in North Carolina. But I'm doing.
Wait, what's the plantation mentality? Like, for real, what's the plantation mentality? This is some shit that Jesse Lee Peterson actually says. I grew up on a plantation. There was no racism. Motherfucker, you are on some bullshit. But let's fucking continue.
Doing well. Thank you for inviting me to be on your broadcast today.
Yeah, no problem. So, look, Pastor Manning, to say you're controversial is an understatement, let alone what you've said about us, which we'll get to later, which is fun. But mainly, you've attacked other black celebrities, Jay-Z, Cornel West, Charlie Rangel, let alone President Obama.
Now, okay, Jay-Z, you can attack him all that other good bullshit because, you know, there are business practices that are shit business practices. And you know what he's engaged in, and like, yeah, fuck, yeah, of course you can just get at him for that. Like, the whole title thing, which still doesn't seem like it was a success that he thought it would be. He just succeeded with taking some of the sons that I fucking wanted off of motherfucking off of fucking Spotify, but you know, title and shit like that, right? But let's continue.
Who you have tried in your own mock trial and said he should be hung, which is kind of amazing, let alone calling him a long-legged Mac Daddy.
So, mind you, he says Obama should be hung. Well, he's black. He may already be hung, but that's a different story. Also, fuck. Oh God, I'm so immature. He called Barack Obama a long-legged Mac Daddy. How? Fucking hell. I have so many questions.
Cenk, I've never said anything about any of these persons' names that you have called that was not true. Everything I've said is true. And I mean, okay, one can,
I'm not talking shit. I'm just telling the truth. Where we've heard that before.
Can say that I'm controversial. And all right, okay. I mean, there are many ways of spinning the activities of the things that I do, but primarily the foundation of what I do is that I
What's
speak
up,
the
Kat?
truth, and people think it's controversial, and the truth is controversial. It always has been.
You know what? Deliver me from these religious motherfuckers who actually sit back and say that I'm speaking the truth and you just hate it because it's the truth. But these are the same motherfuckers crying about elections results. Oh, no, that can't be true. Stolen votes. The only way Joe Biden stole the election is he had more people voting for him. Maybe the 250,000 people that died would have probably made up for Trump's, wins in certain areas. But, COVID-19 and shit, right?
I'm not the progenitor of that. Anytime anybody, anywhere, at any period in history speaks the truth, it becomes, for those who oppose it, controversial. But these people that I've talked about, they all deserved everything I've said and more.
The fuck? Like, wow. Like, how? Like, I'm gonna be a shit person to you, and because I want to be a shit person to you, you deserve it. Because reasons. Like, that's where this shit is coming from. That's what this shit sounds like. It's like, I want to be a shit person to you, and because I want to be a shit person to you, if I say something bad about it, well, you deserve it because you're just not deserving of fucking human empathy, kindness, or even honesty. But let's continue.
Out there.
Pastor Manning, you have advocated for stoning gay people to death. How does that make you different from some of the extremists that we cover in the news on a regular basis? Does that make you a so-called man of God to want to stone people to death?
Short answer, yes. Long answer, well, read the Bible and you'll see how many of the men of God were just fucking monsters. But let's continue.
No, what it does is says that I'm a preacher of the word of God. I'm not the one that wrote the script, Anna. Listen, Moses said that sodomites should be stoned. It's right in the book of Leviticus, right?
God, at least know your fucking Bible. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh God. Now, mind you, we have a whole fucking 30-minute interview to get through, or close to 30-minute interview, and you will hear some of the craziest shit. This is the reason why I go through YouTube so much. Let's continue.
I'm not the writer of that. I'm just a preacher of it. So don't blame me if you want to, be upset with somebody. Be upset with Moses.
Okay, so do you agree with Taliban and ISIS when they stone people to death for things that are in their scripture, including being gay?
Well, I have to tell you this, that if the word of God says stone based on a heinous violation of humanity and...
All right, first of all, I'm sorry. Let me just stop right here. Being gay, being bi, being ace, being hetero is not a heinous fucking crime against humanity. It's just called being fucking human. And the fact that these motherfuckers, religious motherfucking zealots like him, they want to hide behind a fucking book that was written by fucking goat and sheep herders in a Bronze Age to hide their fucking racism, their fucking insecurities. And yes, Pastor Manning is one of those motherfuckers who hates gay people so much because he has an insecurity about himself that he feels that he may like the taste of penis. I'm just putting it out there because I watched his interview. But let's let him say that.
ISIS or Al Qaeda or anybody else who has the wisdom and the integrity to reference that scripture by Moses, then yes, I agree with him.
You seem to have a bit of an obsession when it comes to the gay community, and you specifically refer to them as sodomites. So instead of referring to their sexuality, you immediately go to a sexual act that they partake in. Why is it that the word sodomy always comes to mind for you? Do you feel that maybe normalizing the gay community would make you question your own sexuality?
Oh, shit. Yes. This is one of those motherfuckers. Yes. Let's hear him out.
Well, I can tell you the reason why I use the term sodomite, because it's a biblical term. And Anna, you and Jen gonna have to keep in mind, I'm a preacher. I preach the word of God. My rule and my thumb here is what God's word says. God Almighty, the Bible calls them sodomites in several places. And so I've never seen the word gay referring to anybody's sexual preference or social behavior in the Bible.
I don't think this motherfucker really understand. I really like. Okay. So I'm gonna actually spell some of that things out that a lot of guys or a lot of these types of guys may not know. If, pardon me on this one, you're any sexual act that isn't penis and vagina penetration, it's called sodomy. Cunnilingus is sodomy. Fellatio is sodomy. That is literally what the word means. Anything that isn't penis and vagina. And I'm sorry. I like to have my penis, somebody put her mouth on it. I also like to put my mouth on a woman. That would be considered sodomy. But you know that's not what these guys are thinking about. They're thinking about penis in the butthole. And I'm sorry. Some of these people that are so fucking so homophobic that the first thing that they think about is fucking two dudes fucking each other in the ass. Like, that's not what I think about when I think somebody is gay. I just think like, okay, they like different shit. But the first thing they go to is, oh, gay sex, anal sex. Like, how? Why did your mind go there? Like, what? What? How? And maybe it's something broken about me. Like the first thing I think about when it's like sexual pleasure, I think oral sex. But that's just my taste. But let's hear this motherfucker.
So I'd be lying to call these people gay. You know what? You ought to challenge me if I call them something like freaks or perverts, which they are. But I don't call them that.
Wait, you fucking idiot. Do you think that we didn't catch the fact that you just did the shit? Like, come on, guy. Come on. You know better than that. Like, come on. Fuck. It's stupid. Let's continue.
I call them what they are. I call them sodomites.
Except you just called them freaks and perverts. But anyway, okay.
Yeah. So, what I also want to know is, do you think that being gay is a lifestyle choice, which it absolutely is not? I mean, I would be very amused if you could tell me.
Look, watch this. For the motherfuckers who actually think being gay is a lifestyle choice, when did you choose to be straight? I'll wait for you to answer that question. When did you choose to be straight? I know I never chose to be straight. I just know, ooh, boobies looks nice. Ooh, women, I'm attracted to that. I never chose to be straight. I just am. But let's hear his answer.
The specific moment in your life where you chose to be straight, which didn't happen, you were just born that way, correct? Now, why do you think being gay is a lifestyle choice? Do you think that it's something that tempts people? Is it something that's tempted you, maybe?
The best witness to answer your question, and you can then follow up with an interview with her, is Charlene McRae, who is the wife of Bill Humpty Dumpty de Blasio here in New York City, who says before marrying de Blasio, she was a lesbo. And then after...
Oh, God, what is he stuck in the 1980s with his insults? Like, for real. For real, like... And de Blasio's wife, she wasn't a lesbian. She was bisexual. Well, she is bisexual. That's not a knock on, like, my guy. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you. You can be attracted to more than one gender, and you can still like be settled down to one gender. That's a thing. Just because you're bi doesn't mean you're poly, and just because you're poly doesn't mean you're bi, and because you're monogamous, like no. One is a relationship style, and one is a gender attractiveness. But let's continue.
Marrying him, she decided to go back straight. So
I mean, like with Gina, I really don't care if I see a gay couple. Like, yo, like I don't really care if they love each other or if they're just having fun. I just think like, oh yeah, they together. Oh well. The same thing I feel about straight couples. Oh yeah, they together. Like, it doesn't fucking matter to me. I don't care, because it's just two humans actually trying to stave off the impending doom and loneliness that we all feel, that we all enter the world alone and leave the world alone in this sad, depressing state. Oh my God, I just went into nihilism. Anyway, let's continue.
it's a choice. It's a choice. And she bore children. But she said prior to that she ran around with the rest of the sodomites. So the answer to your
Look at Jake. He's like, look, stop. You're about to go off. Stop. Like, these, like, oh God. How can't you not understand that? Like, how could you not understand that this whole fake belief that everybody settles down and falls in love with their high school sweetheart and all this other good bullshit, it's a fucking fantasy. I'm sorry, like, God, fuck. Let's continue.
So the answer is yes, it is a lifestyle choice.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right, Pastor Manning, you said that Starbucks was putting semen of the sodomites in their coffee, but here's the interesting part, because it, quote, it flavors up the coffee and it makes you think you're having a good time, which then makes me wonder, do you equate drinking semen with a good time?
I'm sorry. This is some shit that he actually says. So this is a real fucking for real question. This is a real fucking question. This is a real question. Oh, god damn. Let's hear his answer.
Well, you're pushing me up in a little bit of a corner here now, Jink, because I have to be very cautious here. But let me end my.
Wait, why do you have to be cautious, Pastor Manning? Why do you have to be cautious? Because you know it's some bullshit that you ask that question like that? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. You literally said it. Like, you know from firsthand. Like, let's continue.
And all precautions that I can exercise here now say that, a number of people think that semen tastes good. A number of people think that drinking semen is a good idea.
It's just like Trump's. Some people say that President Trump is the greatest president of the world. Like, is that what this a number of people like? No, let's hear him out.
And
Do you see it that way?
No, and I don't think that myself personally, but I'm just giving you the references of what other people think.
And that's just the way you've described it in your past sermons. But okay, continue.
Well, so if a number of people, I mean, you've got literally millions of people around the world who really think that the taste of semen is quite a flavor.
You have millions of people around the world that think the taste of semen is quite a flavor. Pastor Manning, circa fuck. What day was this released? Circa January 26, 2015. Hey, young lady, we're talking, and I want to tell you that the pastor says that some people think that the semen is quite delicious. That is from the word of that's the word of a man of God. Oh God, oh fucking God, fuck. Let's continue.
And they seek it in the midst of other kinds of activities. And so one would think, well, all right, one would think, Starbucks has deduced that, listen, in an ingenious way, I would say that more infamous, ingenious way, they've discovered that since people like semen, and there's so many people drinking it from one another, their body fluids, why not put it in our coffees and flavor up our coffees?
This is where Tucker Carlson gets they just gonna try to make you drink Starbucks every day. Like, for real, guys, for real. This is the head pastor of Atla, who has a doctorate. But wait, there's more.
Pastor Manning, I'm getting a sense here overall.
The same experience with semen and their lattes as they have in their bedrooms late at night.
So, Pastor Manning, I'm getting a sense overall from your descriptions here that you think that being gay is a lifestyle choice, so it's a choice that a lot of people would want to make. You think that semen is delicious to a lot of people, and these are choices that people make. So it seems like perhaps if it wasn't for the Bible and the teachings of Moses, etc., that you might have been tempted by those choices as well.
Of course. Oh God. This is brightening up my whole spirit for today. Like, just every time I listen to the video, this is like the third time I watch this video. Like, I watched it a few years back, but this is like, how the fuck do you have these? Let's let Pastor Manning talk.
Is that the case? Have you been tempted?
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it. Jink, I spent 3.5 years in prison.
Wait. Let's hear that question again.
That you might have been tempted by those choices as well. Is that the case? Have you been tempted?
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it.
Fuck. I'm sorry if I'm peeking the mic. I'm sorry. All this laughing. This motherfucker said, of course I have, because I was in jail. Is that what happens in jail? It like I know they made fucking fun of it in Luke Cage season 2, but was he gay for the stay? Like, for real? Oh God. Fuck.
spent 3.5 years in prison. And I tell you that I saw a lot of that activity going on in prison. I mean, it was just the order of the day. It was a par for the course. I was in one prison I was in down in Rayford, Florida, called Union Correctional Facility, where the average sentence back in the late 70s when I was there in that prison, the average sentence, Jink, this is no lie, was 100 years. I mean, judges threw out 100-year sentence prison sentences to those people like it was okay. Like,
But there was no racism around his time or when he was younger. There's no racism. Judges throwing out 100-year sentence like it's nothing.
Ordering breakfast at McDonald's. And they formed unions. The first same-sex marriage I saw was a marriage of a sodomite named Bahama's Mama, who had dyed his hair red and used to walk around in white shorts, tight as you could possibly be, in an halter top. And one Saturday out on the yard, you know, they had a marriage. He got married to one of the inmates, and all the other inmates were brokenhearted because they could no longer pursue sex with him. So
I want this to be a lie. I want this to be a lie. I fucking want this to be an exaggeration. I want this to be an exaggeration and a lie. I'm sorry, I do. I just fucking do. Like, this has to be going. Bahama's Mama? Wait, what? Yes, this man is fucking insane.
yeah, I saw that and was tempted, but I didn't yield to temptation, by the way. You need to know that. And make sure you publish that as well.
All right, so
I'm not the gays. I'm not the gays. I'm not the gays. You need to tell everybody I'm not the gays. I was tempted, but I'm not the gays. Like, the fuck? How does this shit not come? How does this shit not come across to him that he's fucking up? Let's continue.
you thought about having gay sex, and that was tempting to you, and you thought that might be delicious or really fun, but you decided to hold strong and not do it. Is that
The best answer is not to answer with a yes or no question. Like that is a total mischaracterization of exactly what I said. Or how dare you even accuse me of something like that in this? Like, I'm not answering a yes or no question. These are the response that a smart person would actually give. But let's hear Pastor Manning.
Is that roughly right?
That is true.
Okay, that is true. Okay. All right. Now, I think we can settle that issue. So we can move on to other things. What's your beef with Barack Obama? I mean, here's an African-American president. I got my own issues with him on substance and policy, but I certainly haven't gone anywhere calling him Satan and all the things that you have. What do you have against the president?
Well, I think that what
Let's
we
hear
need
this
to be
shit.
clear about, first of all, he's not the president. That's the first thing.
Fuck, why is he the president? He was inaugurated twice. Took an oath of office twice. Served his term twice. But he's not the president. Why not he so?
That's the first thing.
Well,
we need to be
obviously.
clear.
Why?
I mean, you know, listen, Jink. I mean, you're a pretty big boy. You understand the way the world works today. You have a pretty wide audience and a lot of influence. But you know there's a manager and a gatekeeper to your influence, and nothing happens in this world in which we live where there is not some sort of a positioning by people of power. Oh.
So this is what I don't get about these motherfuckers, like, right? These conspiracy theories motherfuckers, right? So hear me out on this. With the conspiracy, there is an organization that's so powerful, that is so manipulative, that they control the world. They manage the world. But yet and still, some know-nothing, dumbass, homophobic, fucking broke, disgraceful-ass pastor can actually figure them out. Can see through the veil of their secrecy. But they're all powerful and all knowing. Motherfuckers who can't keep a blowjob secret some kind of way is ruling the world. Motherfuckers who can't keep tweets secret are ruling the world. Yeah. And you're actively telling somebody who owns his own independent media company, who says shit all the way. Like, this is Young Turks 2015 when they were edgy and they didn't have to deal with FCC broadcasting rules because they were on TV. They were just on the internet. But, yeah, they have managers. Fuck out of here. Let's continue.
Obama is not a U.S. citizen, but people wanted him. The powers that be decided, well, it doesn't matter whether he's a citizen or not.
Wait, the motherfucker was born in Hawaii. He was literally born in Hawaii. And here, motherfuckers. Hawaii is a U.S. state. I mean, like, we did shit to, like, utterly destroy the natives, and the natives that are still left in that island are dealing with some of the worst health conditions because we have transported our unhealthy living habits to them, and there is severe obesity and a land grab that is done by a lot of people in Hawaii because it's Hawaii, the islands, and we want to live on an island, and they're fucking over people. But yeah, like, no, he was born in Hawaii. But let's continue.
He's going to be president. Hillary Clinton stepped back, shut up, Bill, sit down. We're putting Obama in office. And when it came time when we complained about the Constitution requires that one be constitutionally eligible, born here in America, a natural born citizen, and somehow or another that became evident. The media came out. Bill O'Reilly was paid, I don't know, either he was bribed or paid large sums of money, or Fox News was paid large sum of money to shut up the conservative voices that were calling for the demonstration that Obama was indeed a U.S. citizen.
He presented his birth certificate. The motherfucker put it on a cup. He presented his birth certificate. He presented a newspaper article. How? Fuck, let's continue.
Man's not a U.S. citizen, so therefore his presidency is invalid. And you can sneer at that all you want. It's still true. It's still true.
Okay, that's complete and utter nonsense, and as far away from the truth as you can imagine.
Like, I love the fact that they are just like ragging on his ass as soon as he makes a stupid comment. Like, I fucking love this. Like, this is a shit that, like, I want, like, this isn't some big psychological takedown of, like, conservative talking points. Like, this is like, no, you're talking bullshit, dog. Like, this is, like, literally what you're talking. But let's fucking continue.
He was born here. He has a short form birth certificate, a long form birth certificate. He has an announcement in the local paper saying that. But I'm not. Hey, Pastor Manning, I don't want to get. I don't want to get back into that. Okay.
Were you in Kenya that night?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's nonsense. Let's say we disagree on that. Okay. All right, but anyway. So let's move on. Let's move on because that's not an interesting.
Exactly. Like, we have fucking evidence of where he was born, what hospital that he was born in. But he just, like, Jank waves us away like, look, we have the facts, not your alternative facts. And what you feel is right and what you feel is wrong. We literally have facts. But let's continue.
Discussion. Okay, so, but what do you have issue with him on the substance? So, like, okay, why? So you claim that he had a love child and then he shot the mother of the love child outside the White House. I mean, you understand that makes you a lunatic?
Whoa! Fuck! God damn! Do you see how insane this shit is? Like, for real, this shit is insane. What? Fuck.
Well, let's talk about the fact that he's not black either. You call him African American, and you know there's
bro. First, bro. Wait, what? His father was from Kenya. His mother was from Kansas. He was born in America. He is literally an African American. How? Like, because his because his father's ancestors weren't enslaved for generations in the fucking, because he wasn't a descendant from a slave. That's the reason why he's not African American. Really, dog? You really put on the essentialist politics about, oh, you had to be a slave to be an African American. I know a few Africans who are first generation Africans or second generation Africans that are born in America. They will still technically be African American. God damn. Fuck. Let's continue. And yeah, you're right. Bill O'Reilly was bribed or paid. The fuck? Bill O'Reilly, allied to Obama. Me thinks that ain't happening, dog. But let's continue.
The Institute, Howard University has a study going on a demand on America to pay reparations to people who are descendants of slaves, who are allegedly either black or African American.
But the thing about it is, Barack Obama never claimed to be a descendant of slaves. He never did. He has never claimed that shit. But, you know, the truth doesn't matter in Pastor Benning's world because, you know, in order to get the truth, you have to drink Starbucks coffee. Oh, God.
And the criteria that the world-known Howard University Black Nationalist Institution, the criteria that is established to receive reparations for all black people from the American government would exclude Obama. Because first of all, his mama's white. That's the first thing. And the other thing is that he cannot demonstrate in any way having any ancestry back to plantation or African American or African slavery here in America. So he's a misfit. And how
the fuck? You hear a misfit? Like he's about to start preaching. Like the fuck? This is just sad, man. This is fucking sad. Fuck, let's continue.
Howard University has said it, not James David Manning, but Howard University has said that Obama is
like, you notice that he backs off of points when he wants to be derogatory about shit. Like he backs off of points with the fucking quickness because he doesn't feel like he has any validation in his own words or he wants to hide behind what others would actually say because, you know, he knows what he's saying is complete bullshit. Like, for real. If you notice that, it wasn't Pastor Manning that said that. It was this and that said that. It was the Bible that says that. It was Moses that said that. Let's continue.
a misfit. And a whole lot of other people. NAACP said it as well, up until the point they dropped a few $1 million on Julian Bond, when Julian Bond and the NAACP in the early stages of the Barack Obama campaign back in 2008 said, no, we're going with Hillary, because this man ain't black. And they, when whoever it is that dropped those billions, I think it's George Soros, dropped those billions on
Another Soros reference. But let's continue.
and the NAACP, all of a sudden he came black because of the green. So let's get this straight. Howard University says that Obama ain't black. He could not receive reparations. Now, what was that? What's that other question?
Pastor Manning, your interpretation of that study, I am 100% sure is absolutely wrong. But nonetheless, what I find interesting is that you are someone who experienced extreme racism, extreme discrimination throughout your life, extreme hatred. And instead of learning from those experiences and maybe changing your own behavior and not hating on other people for ridiculous reasons, you've decided that Barack Obama isn't black enough for you. So you are judging him based on the color of his skin. You are judging him based on his heritage, his history, his culture. I mean, don't you think that as a man of God, again, I use that phrase because as a man of God, you're supposed to be more moral than others, right? You're supposed to be more loving than others. But by hearing your answers to all these questions, all I hear is hate. How is that acceptable and how is that considered moral?
Well, now, you know, you may have me jammed up in a little bit of a corner here.
This is the second time people have been jammed up in the corner because they use his fucking words against him. And how dare you? How dare you use his own words against him? The shit that he just said to you, how dare you use his words against him? Fuck! Let's continue.
When you said I've judged him by the color of his skin.
Been up on a lot of corners lately, yeah.
Well, can I finish, please? As opposed to the content of his character. Well, I suppose I've judged him by both. I would rather rest my case, however, on the fact that I've judged him by the content of his insidious, satanic, if you will, character. However, I have looked at the fact that
you never noticed that he does the same. He's doing the same shit that motherfucking incels and red pillars do. This motherfucking Chad, how dare he get to be the president? Like, the fuck? Like, you're literally mad because he is in a better position of power than you. Never mind that I fucking hate the presidency because one man should not have all that power. Yes, Kanye West, he was right on one thing at least. Anyway, but you hear this shit, it is literally him being mad because Barack Obama is the president. But let's continue.
That he is a mixed breed. He's a mixed race.
The
So I've had to come
fuck?
to some conclusion.
Did he just call
based
this
on the
man a
color of his
mixed
skin
breed?
that he's not authentic as well. But here, no, I've not experienced serious racism. You know, Anna, people call me Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom is generally in the vernacular of the
Uncle Ruckus confirmed. Like literally, Uncle Ruckus confirmed. Like, did he just literally say that he was called an Uncle Tom and he's okay with it? And not the good type of Uncle Tom, but let's continue.
hood and black people and the ghetto dwellers. Uncle Tom person is
ghetto
someone
dwellers.
who does not experience racism. And Uncle Tom is someone who loves Mr. Charlie. He can't help it. He can't help but praise Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie never does anything wrong.
Oh,
I'm an
God.
Uncle Tom. Go, I talk to all you people. I talk to all black folk. They'll tell you that I'm an Uncle Tom. I'm a porch monkey because I love.
He said porch monkey. oh God. Oh shit. Shit, man.
White folk. And Uncle Tom cannot be accused of having experienced serious racial concerns. And by the way, while Uncle Tom in Harriet Beecher Stowe's novel of Uncle Tom, the daughter of the profane, the very powerful, if you will, famed preacher Lyman Beecher Stowe, when she wrote that novel, she was simply pointing up the fact that there is a character that is a character of strength and love for his or her own people, understanding the circumstances under which the way that the hood and the liberal racists have twisted that term is absolutely sacrilegious, blasphemous.
Oh God. Oh God. Yes, the original term of Uncle Tom was a person that actually stood up for the black community and actually made sure that that community can actually succeed and in some cases find refuge. And yes, they had to quote unquote play a role in order to get that refuge. But these motherfuckers, oh no, these motherfuckers, they are that like words have meanings, and sometimes over time words meanings change or phrases change. And this motherfucker is really one of those motherfuckers that I'm doing it good for it. Like, no. Fuck, no. You are the Uncle Tom that a lot of people associate with being a fucking turncoat or a sellout. But let's continue.
That they made Tom what they've made it. But no, listen, when I grew up in the plantations of North Carolina, I grew up in what I considered a loving environment. I did. And I've taught that you just don't know my entire bio. But other people who've listened to me for years have heard me say, I didn't begin to understand what racism was all about till I came to New York City, began to listen to idiots like Rap Brown and Huey Newton and Eldridge Cleaver, and even some of the things of Dr. King and Malcolm X.
Wait, what? What? This man literally said he didn't know about racism until Dr. King. I have so many fucking questions. Like, what? Wow. Now, is there a different flavor of racism versus the South? Yeah, of course. What do they say? In the South, they don't care where you live, they care about how high you get up. And in the North, they don't care about how high you get up, but they care about where you live as far as races go. Yeah, of course, that's the shit that happens. But like, wow, fuck. Let's continue.
Then my heart got spoiled towards relationships with blacks and whites. So no, I didn't experience extreme racism. No, I did not.
Pastor Manning, I'm sure your experiences on the plantation were lovely. But I also want to ask you a little bit about what you said about Obama being a mixed breed. Do you think that biracial individuals are beneath you? Because that's certainly the way that you're making it seem.
No, I never said that. I'm just calling it like it is. I mean, he is.
I never said that. I'm just calling it like it is. Like, dude, the way he's holding his positions and just getting it up, the what is it, the Modern Bailey, where you attack a weak position. You hold a weak position, somebody attacks it, and then you go back to a strong position because it's easy to defend that stronger position. The fuck?
Is a mixed breed. Doesn't mean he's beneath me. He just isn't black. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Look, I can't help but note the irony that earlier you said he's from Kenya, and now you're saying he's not black. Yeah, well, if he's from Africa, that's a pretty good claim to being black. But anyways, here's the main thing I want to ask you, Pastor Manny. Because as I hear you, I mean, look, I'm trying to figure out if you're trying to audition for SNL or you're just trying to bring Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks into the real world and make him a living, breathing entity. And so I got to ask, I mean, it does, to the rest of us, it looks like you're not on the level. So is this all an act? What is it? What's your angle?
Well, I think that what I have been able to demonstrate, Jink, over the past 6 or 7 years that I've been in this particular medium is that I've been able to gain a large number of people who see that I'm quite biblically serious. And that this is not some act. Listen, my life gets threatened. I don't get up from a studio plot and go out and have dinner at Cipriani's here in New York City.
You get the feeling that he's kind of pissed about that, like really pissed about it. And that's why he's mad at Barack Obama, because he can't live the good life because reasons. But let's continue.
No, I get up from this and I walk out on the streets of Harlem where people who have listened to me or for one instance think that I hate black people, that my life is in jeopardy. I do this at the peril of my own life. And I don't know anybody else in America who's as serious and straightforward as I am and truthful about the social, political, and racial conditioning in our nation that will speak the truth that I speak. My life is on the line for every word I say. I bring my behind.
He brings his behind because he wants to have that injection of semen so he can have some fun. But oh my god, why is he trying to be a martyr on a fucking internet fucking news program? God damn it. Why have so many questions?
I bring my life. I bring my future to every statement I make to you. No, this is not an audition for SNL, and it's sure is not an audition for the Boondocks, Uncle Ruckus, or any other idiot you might want to try to label me as.
Okay, and so how many people are in your church? Because your church is in Harlem, which you say you love and you want to protect it. That's why you want it to be, in your words, a no homo zone, right? As we discussed earlier, You don't want to be tempted.
That's right.
But you say that you're against.
He's just like, wait, he just threw it. Oh, that's right. Like, what the fuck, man? Does he hear this shit that he's saying?
White people coming in and gentrifying the area, fascinating, etc. So how many people come to your church, given that you say a lot of things that might piss off a lot of African Americans?
Well, I mean, obviously there are some people that are insulted by things that the Pope says. There's things that are insulted by people.
Wow, like that pivot? Boy, oh boy, that fucking pivot. Because if you notice, he didn't answer that question. If you notice, like, he definitely answered the questions about him not being tempted. But in the other question, he didn't fucking answer. Let's hear him out.
People that insulted by the things that you say. In that way, I'm not necessarily unique. However, I do think this, and the proof is in the pudding. I've been here for 33 years on the corner, 123rd Street and Lenox Avenue, now known as Malcolm X Boulevard. So obviously somebody in this community must love me. Somebody in this community must think well of me.
Tell you what, people leave crazies alone. And to be honest with you, he wasn't there for long because Pastor Manning has some liens taken out in that motherfucking church. And quite frankly, yeah. Let's continue.
Somebody in this community must be supporting me. And yeah, I am against the gentrifiers with their thieving selves.
Fascinating. Okay, and then finally, how do you make a living? Is it mainly through the church and the donations at the church?
Yeah, I'm a pastor. The church takes care of my expenses. I don't have a large financial need. I'm not a greedy person. I'm quite aware of
the expensive-ish looking suit or the expensive looking ish suit. Yeah, that's better. Oh, he's not a greedy person. No. He has to have his 3-piece suit, right?
offerings and that comes into this ministry, and I'm able to eat. That's how that is. I live in church housing. I live unlike these other freaks and lowlifes and pimps in the pulpit in this community who take up offerings and jump in their expensive automobiles and then run out and buy themselves a house right next to somebody white, and then say we're the only ones in the neighborhood. We send our children to a white school. I don't do that. I live among the people. And by the way,
he sounds so bitter. He sounds so bitter about that. Fuck, he sounds bitter. God damn it. Let's continue.
You know, if you're going to be a priest, you have to live in the parish. You can't be a priest. You can't be Timothy Dolan, the cardinal of St. Patrick's, and living in Westchester County. And even people of a social understanding how critical it is that leaders, spiritual leaders in particular, ought to live around the people that's in their parish. Used to be here in New York City. If you're going to be a police officer, you have to live in the community where the people live.
Now, that's something one thing that I would agree on with Pastor Manning. Like, if you're going to be part of the protectors or pillars of a community, it doesn't do you any good not to live in that community. And that's why we have so many policing issues. What was it in Minnesota? They were like 90% of the cops in Minnesota when they were over the George Floyd case that they didn't actually live in the city of, what is it, Milwaukee? No, Milwaukee is Wisconsin. Minneapolis. And because of that, like, the cops were just unreasonably, abusive to the people of the community because they saw themselves as different from that community. And that is a real fucking problem. And I make that shit is a problem. And we need to address that we should have more community policing and not more police in the community. But Pastor Manning doesn't have a nuanced take like that. He thinks that, well, fuck it. These motherfuckers in a better neighborhood. Why the fuck do I have to still be here? But let's continue.
The big debate that went on in Ferguson, Missouri, going back with Michael Brown, is that of the 50-some police officers that were there that were white, they lived in other neighborhoods. And one of the ways to bring a better relation between blacks and whites who are police officers in the community is that police officers ought to live in the community. These low-life tramps like Cornel West and others and preachers of these churches and in this community.
Wait, what's wrong with Cornel West? Like, what? The motherfucker is a socialist. Like, a for real socialist. Like, not one of those social democrats. That motherfucker is a for real socialist. Like, again, Pastor Manny, is this because this person has a level of status that you want to fucking have, but you can't? So that's why they are no good? But fuck, let's continue.
Run out there and live with white people, and those are the people you think are great people, and then you blaspheme me for living in the community every day of the week. When I walk out my house, I walk out among the people.
Pastor Manning, it's interesting because you like to refer to people, very highly educated people like Cornel West, as idiots. And I'm really curious about our history. All
right, so this is like the interview is coming to the over. Let's hear this shit. This is gonna blow your motherfucking socks off.
Have had some communication in the past, not directly, but we've made videos in response to one another. And in one of the videos, you were upset at something I said about you. I called you ignorant, and I still do think you are ignorant. But you said that I was here because of my boobs and not my brains. And then you showed a picture of me dressed extremely modestly, which I do on the show on a regular basis. I'm wearing a turtleneck sweater, and you kept referring to my boobs and not my brains. So my question to you is, did you ever do any research into my history and my education? And are you aware at all that I'm more educated than you are because I have a degree, a graduate degree from an accredited university, while you have a graduate degree from a university that's unaccredited?
Now, please, okay. Yo, and this is a point that will be made with the video. No one is saying that you have to have a degree to be intelligent. No one is actually saying that. No one is actually saying that you have to have PhDs or doctorates behind your names to say that, ooh, me smart. No. But when you criticize somebody for actually being stupid, but they actually have not only a degree, not only experience, but they also teach in the field that they're working in, and you criticize them, and the only thing that you can come up with is a degree from a fake university. And key point, this fake university, you're going to hear something very interesting about it. So let's continue.
That you found yourself.
Well, are you still upset about what I
Have a degree, a graduate degree from an accredited university, while you have a graduate degree from a university that's unaccredited, that you found yourself.
So. He has a degree from a university that he created. I thought Kent Hovind was fucking bad in a diploma mill that he got. But this motherfucker did the actual work of creating his own university, non-accredited, and making a fucking, giving himself a fucking degree. Oh, shit.
Well, are you still upset about what I said about those boobs thing?
It appears.
Wow, were you upset about that? Like, that reminds me of the E. Charlie Murphy stories. Like, yeah, no, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Of course I said that shit. Like, the fuck? Are you still upset about that shit?
It appears that I am. So I'd like you to answer my question.
Can't you get over that? I mean, what you like? Why you bring that up in every situation? Oh, by the way, listen, you may not want to accept my PhD. Union Theological Seminary gave me a graduate degree. I graduated there on time, marched with everybody else. And Union is pretty well accepted as a school, as one of the best, if not the best, theological seminary on the planet. I hold a master's from that institution, Anna. So don't bastardize my educational opportunity, and don't compare my education to yours. And even if you do have a graduate degree, probably from some rinky-dink school, your intellectual strengths in no wise compares to my ability or my understanding, my articulation, or my ability to do media, which is what you and I are doing right now.
So, the person that is a preacher of a rinky-dink ass church, mind you, that has leans against it, is better and more educated than somebody who does this shit 5 fucking nights a week and sometimes on Saturday. Yeah, somebody who actually had accolades, who teaches journalism, is less equipped to handle journalistic issues than some rinky-dink pastor. Let's see what Pastor Manning is actually going to say.
Better at this than you are.
You're right, Pastor Manning. You do seem like quite an intelligent individual with your conspiracy theories and your ridiculous situations where you jump to conclusions. I do commend you for that.
I just want to clarify. Pastor Manning, this great theological seminary you referred to where you got your PhD, it's your school, right? I mean, that's your church that you got the degree from.
No. Yeah, absolutely, it is. It is that. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay. By the way, I have a triple PhD from the Cenk Uygur School, so I just want to clarify that.
This motherfucker, like, at this point, he should have said, "What does that matter what school it came from?" That's where you pivot. But this motherfucker actually took the time to answer the question, like, dog. Like, for real. Fuck. Let's continue.
You don't have to accept it, but it is what it is.
That's
and
true.
I think that if one simply says, well, because the school is non-accredited, there are a whole lot of schools that are accredited right now, but they're nothing but fleece joints. And many other schools started out non-accredited. How do you know we're not
Like Trump University. Fuck. Let's continue.
accredited now?
Yeah.
Every school has to start someplace, Jink, don't you think?
Yeah.
And
I mean, but I wouldn't go around bragging about my PhD from that school. But,
And because the degree was conferred upon me by a non-accredited institution does not mean that the work was not valid work. The reason why our school's not accredited.
He almost did the furthest slip. Like, we don't just, like, yeah, no, motherfucker, you know your shit is a fucking rinky-dink ass college. But let's continue.
At least at the high school level, is because we refuse to submit ourselves to the authority of the blasphemous sodomite state, that forces us to do things that are against our principles and against our beliefs. So we have uncredited the state of New York and others who would wish to try to make us.
No, 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 no. I don't invalidate. You don't invalidate me. I invalidate you. And I'm gonna take one Molly, go home.
Conform to their ideas. So go ahead and laugh if you want my PhD. I'm still smarter than both of y'all on your best day.
Okay, all right, I hear you. But just before I ask the last question, Anna, you are now going to be a higher degree of education than Pastor Manning because I now give you a PhD from the Cenk Uygur School.
Thank you, Cenk.
You have been accredited by me. All right, now, Pastor Manning, finally, you called me an Arab. You called J.R. Jackson J-Jar, which we have to admit is still our favorite. We like that one. That was funny. And you criticized me for being possibly darker than you. Okay, I'm not an Arab, but that's irrelevant. But why would it be wrong if I was darker than you? Why is that a bad thing?
Maybe somewhere
No
down
answer.
the line, your parents got hooked up with a homeboy. And the
Oh
blood is still in your color on your skin, you know. You can't wash that stuff off. And you've not been to any tanning site anytime recently, so I got my suspicions about you.
He's fucking Turkish. Turkey, Middle East, Mediterranean area. Fucking God. We almost finished. His stupidity is not gonna break me tonight. I'm gonna break him. Like, he's not gonna break me.
But I don't hold it against you.
Oh, thanks God. Thanks God. He doesn't hold it against me that I might be a mixed breed. You see, let's end on that note, where we, the generosity of one Pastor James David Manning. All right, well, you have been generous with your time as well to come and do this interview. I think that your positions have been greatly clarified. I think we know where you stand better now, and we appreciate you joining us on the Young Turks, Pastor Manning.
Well, thank you for having me, Cenk. And Anna, get over it.
Much love. All right.
All right. Whew. All right, save that one for later. All right, guys, I'm fucking tired. I'm fucking beat. I want to thank everybody who's watched today. Please like, subscribe, follow, and all the other good shit. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna be doing a stream tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing an interesting stream tomorrow. I may do. If you didn't see my letter, my reading of the letter of Leon Panetta last year, I'm gonna search and see if there was one created this year. And if that's so, I'm actually gonna read that. And of course, I'm actually doing a drawing stream. In light of like being fucked over royally with this purge that happened today, I'm gonna do a drawing stream, and I'm gonna actually work on that Lotus picture. And yeah. Guys, have a good night. Don't eat too much tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow. And as we always do, I want to say peace.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah, I'm probably afraid of that because then people don't hate each other, and people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other. They find out who's the problem.